what happens, I would say, between the ages of 18, when you can get your real estate license, to the age of probably 35, the biggest piece that's missing right now is communicational skills.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are the people that were raised with their phone, texting,
Exactly.
you know? So communicational skills right now, especially in real estate, are huge. If you can literally pick up the phone and call somebody and talk to them, you save so much time than going back and forth texting.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babies in their diapers, welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius.
And welcome to the Tiberius Show today. And I'm your host, Tiberius Boy. And as always, looking at various jobs and how they affect the world around us. Today's guest is someone who helps people buy homes, build businesses, and, teach others how to success in real estate. Do we really know what a real estate agent does every day? Well, I thought I did. I think I interviewed someone about that. But you know what? Then I learned there's way more to it. So you know what? Let's just talk to this guy and find out. Please welcome the one, the only, the amazing Jason Asa.
Wow, that was an introduction. Thank you.
No problem. Well, thank you for being on the show and actually being here. All right, Jason. So you're known as a real estate team leader and coach. So to start off, what exactly does a real estate agent do?
Oh my God. Start off with being a full-time therapist, a counselor, a mover.
Yeah.
I would say we're like your mother, father, brother, sister, and everything all rolled up in one. But the main thing we do is we make dreams come true by helping you either navigate finding a home or selling a home and making the process seamless, smooth, and zero stress.
That's a good point. So how old were you when you, first started working?
Oh my God. Working in real estate or just working in general?
Working in general.
Oh my God. Okay. I started working with my grandfather at 7 years old.
And earning money?
Oh my God. Yeah. I made a lot of money. I was doing estimates with him, doing construction, acoustic, spraying popcorn ceilings in the late 80s.
Well, that can't be legal.
No, it wasn't. He had me put bandanas with asbestos and saying, "You're good. Put water on that bandana and you'll be fine."
Well, before real estate, did you always know that you wanted to be in business?
I was raised. My grandfather was kind of like the father I never had. Technically speaking, I didn't know about my biological dad till I was 34.
Oh, wow.
So my grandfather kind of was my mentor, my guide, but he was also very hard. He raised me with no excuse attitude, which was kind of hard and hard on a young person. But I will say my work ethics all came from his from looking up to him and no excuse philosophy and just that mindset.
That's fair. So what made you choose real estate, instead of like another career?
It was all accidental. It was totally accidental. I moved from Los Angeles to Florida because my parents moved out here, and I was living above my mother's studio garage apartment. And my mom, since I was broke at this time, driving a white station wagon with no AC, and being 22, that's not really cool.
No.
But my mom had free wine downstairs. So I can, on my budget, which was her free alcohol, I'd eat dinner and drink. And one day she was calling these for sale by owners in the newspaper. And she said, hey, you know what? You're really good on the phone. Could you try to call this for sale by owner up? I said, Mom, I don't know crap about real estate. And next thing you know, she made me call out of the newspaper this for sale by owner.
Oh, wow.
Now, I made my first call after 2 glasses of wine. She gave me the premise of what I was trying to achieve. Was talking to someone that's selling their house by owner and trying to convert them to use a realtor. Now, mind you, I didn't have my real estate license, so I had to kind of think quick on my feet. And she said, "You're my assistant and you're calling on my behalf." She convinced me because my mother's a great salesperson. So I did it. The first call I made was in Lake Mary. I was on that call for 48 minutes. That person ended up making an appointment with me. We went to do the listing presentation the next day as her assistant, and we got the listing. That's all she wrote.
That's pretty cool. Is that why it says "I love wine" on your hoodie?
Yeah, that's a good.
I
that's a
noticed
good
it. I noticed
That
it
was
on
really
your back.
good.
It says "I love wine."
It does say that. That was really, really
It does
good.
say that.
You're very observant. That's very smart. Yeah, and now in real estate, don't want to go ahead and promote this, but as you've been in the business for, like I've been in the business 23 years, wine does kind of help you, help the medicine go down, like Mary Poppins would say. But,
Is that why most medicines taste like some wines?
exactly.
I
think
heard
that's-
adults say that all the time. They're like, some medicine tastes like wine. I'm like, how do you know that?
Yeah,
It makes no sense. But what's the hardest thing about getting started?
The hardest thing about getting started is, you have a choice, right? And what's cool about this business, which is I would say it's the most millionaires and billionaires do real estate. Mm-hmm. And what's hard about this is the mindset that believing in yourself that you could achieve it, you could do it. Because when you work for yourself, especially in real estate, you're your only boss. You got to go ahead and know that when you wake up, no one's going to say, hey, you have to be there or not be there. So you got to treat this like a job in somewhat.
Yeah.
But like a job, I don't want to say, JOB means just over broke, right?
Yeah.
But you treat this as a business. And if you treat this as a business, that mindset shift can actually just literally, sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. There's no boundaries.
There's no roof.
Yeah.
And, so the first thing is in real estate is, in Florida, at least. In California, it's a little bit different where I'm born and raised. But in Florida, we're known as one of the hardest places to take the real estate test.
Oh, yeah.
On average, you take it 2 times. Little secret, I took it 13. So if that does not motivate you, after 5 times, you have a 99% chance you won't take it again. Now, am I dumb? No, I was just never a test taker. I would have anxiety left and right.
So true.
But don't give up. I had that attitude. I didn't give up. I didn't want to give up.
That's fair. So did you ever think about quitting early on?
I thought about quitting a few times because after you take the test 5 times and you still didn't do it.
And you're like, what?
Am this not for me? Is this a God thing? I don't know. So what happened is I that was the only part I would say. But once I passed the test, 80% of what you do in the test is not applicable in real life. Truthfully, it's just more laws and things that you have to learn just to know knowledgeable. That's it.
That's funny.
That's about it. But the hardest thing was once I passed the test, because I knew I was able to talk to people on the phone like we're talking now, just free flowing. We're not scripted.
No.
We just know how to talk, right?
Exactly.
If you could be honest and you could be transparent, you could be authentic. Those are the keys in real estate.
Yeah.
To have fun with it.
Yeah.
But once you start being too salesy and going off a script, people can read that.
Yeah, people are like, yeah, you're going off a script. It's not worth it, dude. If you're going off a script, it's either a scam or it's just, it's going to rip me off either way.
100%. And you just got to have fun with it. So,
Exactly.
Being able to help someone buy or sell their largest investment in their life, predominantly 85 to 90%, this will be the largest purchase or sale of their life.
Yeah. All right, Jason. So what was that moment, where you thought, okay, can I really do this for a living?
Oh, man. There was a couple moments, but I would say the moment when me and my mother came home from that appointment that we got the listing on, mm-hmm. She was screaming in the car as I'm driving her back home. She was calling my grandmother, my dad, my stepdad, my brother, and said, oh, my God, Jason and we got a listing. And after she called everybody and screamed the entire ride, which was a 30-minute ride back home, because I'm living with her, she was like, why aren't you so excited? I said, Mom, what are you talking about? It's a $325,000 house. You're only going to make $3,000, and then you got to pay the broker, and then you're only going to make like $1,500, and you may sell it in 30, 60, 90 days. And if you break all that up, that's less than $500 a month. Like, what's so exciting about it? She goes, you don't understand what you're going to make on this? I said, no. She goes, we would make, if we sell the home, $10,000. And at that point, born and raised in East Los Angeles, I thought my mom was doing something illegal. I'm like, Mom, are we going to go to jail for this? Because I couldn't imagine that you can make that kind of money. And then I asked her, okay, how many times can you do this a week or a month? And she goes, what are you talking about? She goes, you can do this as many times as you want. I said, hold on, time out. Mom, this is not going to get us in trouble. And she goes, no. I'm like, Mom, So you're telling me, I said, what time can you call these people? She goes, probably 9 o'clock. You don't wake them up. Yeah. What time can you call? Till 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, okay, so what about on the weekends? She goes, you can work Monday through Sunday. I said, time out. You're telling me you can do this 10 times a month and you can make, say, it's $10,000 on one transaction times 10. You can make $100,000 a month? And she goes, you could. I'm like, no, this is illegal, Mom. I didn't believe her. When she told me this, the possibility of making $100,000 in a month, I was like, okay, so why is not everyone doing real estate? And she goes, that's when the light bulb went off for me. And when that light bulb went off, I wore a suit and tie every day. I door knocked every day in the Jurassic Park sun of Florida. And that's how I got going. So after that, I just didn't look back. I just was very motivated after that point.
Yeah. So what is something about real estate that most people completely misunderstand?
The misconception about real estate is, what do realtors really do for you? Right? Like,
what do they do?
Why do we pay them so much of our money to sell their house?
We pay them so much, and we're still not getting enough money back.
Right, 1,000%. So it's a really, really good question. Now, I would say overall, the realtors that actually have a plan to do something for their clients, they do have a plan, and they show exactly all the work that does go into it. Now, I'm not going to say all realtors do the exact same thing that I do, but the number one thing that I learned getting into this business, I went into it wrong. I went in for the money. After 2 years, my mother put me in check and said, remember where you came from, where you started from. And what she did is she educated me about, hey, listen, this is not transactional, this is relationship. So once you take the business and understand it's a relationship business, you're going to want to go ahead and help that mother, that father, that grandmother, and treat them like if they're your family. And you want to make sure that you get them the most amount of money on selling their house, or you want to make sure you educate them through the entire process of the buying process. Now, the buying process, that's a whole process by itself. I mean, you go from a first-time home buyer, you got to sit down and educate them about the process. You got to explain to them about home inspections. You got to talk to them about the appraisal process. You got to talk to them about what kind of price point that they could afford, that they can still have fun after they buy a home. You don't want to be house poor.
Exactly.
You want to be able to go play video games. You want to be able to go travel. I'm pretty sure you like to have fun, right?
I do like to play some video games in my spare time.
You don't want to work like 20 hours a day just for the house.
No.
Okay. So you want to have fun. So the number one thing you want to do is understand your client on the buying process. Mm-hmm. On the selling process, you better have a strategy. What are you going to do for me except for the 3 Ps that most sellers think? The 3 Ps are put a sign in the yard, put it on the MLS, and the last P is pray, right? That's what most realtors do, the 3 Ps.
That's smart.
So what we do a little bit more, and it's a longer story about what we do for the seller, but we have a strategy and a marketing plan that we let them know week by week when the house is going to get sold, the time frame, and what we also do is we don't lock them into contracts, and that's very rare.
Yeah. So, you know what? Now's a good time for a quick commercial break.
So you want to make an ad for your company, right?
Yeah, Tiberius, you want to help me?
Okay, so what's the name of the company?
PPWND.
PP what?
Professional Pressure Washing and Detailing.
So you like clean driveways?
Yeah, like that. We pressure wash commercial buildings and semi-truck and trailers.
So how would someone get a hold of you?
They can visit my site at ppwnd.com or call me at 407-900-7793.
So I just tell them to call you at 407-900-7793 or visit ppwnd.com?
Yeah, Tiberius, you got it.
Cut, that's a wrap. Just use that.
Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
And we're back here talking with Jason Asa from the Asa team. So, Jason, you didn't just become a realtor. You built like a big team. So what made you decide to start your own team?
It was interesting. My mother and I, we started off this business together, like I said in the beginning. what happened was is as we grew so fast, we had more and more people wanting us to service them, and we didn't know what to do with them. And what we couldn't do is we realized that we started being not as detailed and or responsive to the clients that needed our support the way we like to work. So what we had to do is we had to end up looking for an assistant. From that assistant, then came another buyer's agent, an agent that would show property for us. So we have a client, they wanted to go ahead and see some property. They would go ahead and show them the property, and they would make a percentage of it. So what we had to do is we had to pivot, and the pivot was able to grow with the demand of people wanting to use us. Now, it's kind of hard because a lot of our past clients only want to use us.
Yeah, exactly.
We had to kind of go through an adaptation phase. So.
Yeah. So what's the hardest part about leading other people?
You got to have some empathy. You got to be humble, and you got to be able to lead by example, and it's really difficult because when you're a business owner, you have just a high level of this is the way it should supposed to be, and you just got to go forward, no excuses mentality. And not everyone works like you. You expect everyone to be you, and you realize you got to have some patience.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it's a major shift.
I kind of feel the same way about, like, in my math class, I'm apparently the smartest one, and I'm like, how am I 2 years ahead of you guys?
Or do you tutor people, you know?
I don't know. I might just tutor them. So how do you motivate people when they feel like stuck or discouraged?
It's really interesting. In the beginning, I would motivate them by saying, hey, you want to be anybody? Get up. Don't be lazy. No excuses. Get up. That didn't work too well.
No.
In the beginning, I think it lost a lot of people.
Well.
It made a lot of people cry.
Especially if someone I know.
Yeah, I could totally understand that. What I learned by motivating people is by meeting them where they're at, by being empathetic and listening to them and saying, hey, listen, you're doing a good job. Don't give up. Positive reinforcement. Whereas the way I would be, it would be back in the days. It was my way or the highway.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was take it or leave it. You're a loser, you know, like those things don't work. So it was truly listening to where they're at. A lot of times motivation really begins with the mindset. It has nothing to do with the business. It was just about, hey, what's going on in your personal world? And when you kind of get to their level and really listen, they tend to open up more. Then a lot of stuff is just personal stuff. Getting out of the mindset. That's it.
ABC always be closing.
Always be closing. Glenn Ross. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Coffee's for closers.
Coffee is for closers. Put that coffee down.
It's a good movie. The fact that you know that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you also coach other realtors, but what do you actually teach them?
I teach them the psychology of the phone, tonality. I teach them about listening skills. I teach them about how to talk to people. What happens, I would say, between the ages of 18, when you can get your real estate license, to the age of probably 35, the biggest piece that's missing right now is communicational skills.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are the people that were raised with their phone, texting,
Exactly.
you know? So communicational skills right now, especially in real estate, are huge. If you can literally pick up the phone and call somebody and talk to them, you save so much time than going back and forth texting.
Do you think there would be any good high school classes that kids could take, like teenagers could take?
You know what would be awesome is if somebody came up with an idea. Like if you came up with an idea to be able to teach or have an elective in high school about learning how to communicate. If you look at
There's AP Psychology.
AP Psychology is still in a book, but it's not forcing you to talk.
Exactly.
Like, for example, if you said, hey,
That's a fair
go up to that girl and talk to her and ask her out on a date.
That's what my uncle did. It worked.
It worked.
It worked. It really did work.
But it's awesome. But you know how many guys are scared to go up to somebody and have that conversation?
All of my friends are scared of women.
But they can text, though, right?
No, they can't text at all.
They can't text at all.
They're genuinely scared of them.
I think you're onto something. You can literally be a millionaire through a real estate conversation by opening up a business and putting all classes all across the country about basic. Can you imagine if you could just have 2 students and say, here's the topic, and I need you guys to talk, but they can't know each other.
Speech and debate.
Oh, my God. but not debating. It's
Not
about
debating.
it's about
having
being
a conversation.
You know what
Just speech.
Oh my God, try to have a conversation. I teach this, and this is beautiful. Do this with your dad. Talk about Jedi mind.
Seriously.
Oh my God.
It's so easy just having a conversation. Like, treat someone as you would if they were your friend.
And
It's easy.
And here's the key. Here's the secret. This is the golden nugget right here. Try to have a conversation for 20 minutes with a human being, okay? So like if you went to your dad and said, hey, Dad, what's one thing in your life or in your world, in your personal business that you're struggling with? Like, for example, he says, you know what? I just don't seem I have enough time with things.
Exactly.
Right?
He always says that.
So if he does, so what you do is you help him self-discover by using the simple words. What, when, who, and how. Never using the word why. Never using the word why or telling them what your opinion is or what they should do. Help them self-discover by asking those words. I even made a song about it. What, when, who, and how. What, and I really literally did a video on that, and it's crazy. So my agents that I've coached, they practice this with their wives, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, their significant others, their moms and dads. They've also been able to manipulate people, which is not good. But remember, what, when, who, and how, if you learn those words and have a conversation without using why, you're powerful.
So, Dad, that's why we kind of switched to like a schedule-based thing. Me, my mom, and my dad.
Yeah.
Because someone doesn't like to have communication.
You force them by asking questions.
Mm-hmm. My father. So what is one mistake you see in new realtors that, like what's that one mistake that, can we restart that question? I was reading it and I'm like, how do I frame this?
Reset.
I make mistakes.
3, 2.
All right. So, you see a lot of realtors each day. No, let's focus on the new ones. What is like the one mistake that you see most of the new realtors making?
I think they don't really get deep with the client. They don't get intimate. What I mean by getting intimate, I'm talking about not getting naked, like let's get our clothes off.
What?
Yes, I'm talking getting naked, like emotionally personal. Here, I'll give you a prime example. One of the best questions I use when I meet a homeowner that's selling their home, if it's husband and wife, the one thing I know if they're either love each other or they hate each other is this simple question. How did you guys meet?
Oh, yeah.
And when I ask them that question, it's so interesting to see the psychology mix, because you can see a husband and wife, they'll be like, remember, no, he hit on me, no, she hit on me. And it's so cute because you can see the dialogue go back and forth. And then you can see the ones that really are like, they're probably going to get divorced in 2 to 3 years, or they're getting divorced after this house is sold. They literally are like, oh, well, yeah, we kind of met. And then someone's eyes roll automatically, psychologically, you can see the disconnect.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to watch it.
It is.
So, yeah. No, it's
so many things that just, it's like you can look at someone and see if someone wants to do something or doesn't.
Yeah.
It's body language.
And that's like marriage or relationships. Sometimes it's transactional, or do you really want to get to know the person and make it a relationship? Because in real estate, what happens is my best clients was the ones that I put all my time into, focused on, because what happened, they're the biggest referral. They're the biggest cheerleaders. They give me the most referrals. 75% of my business comes from referrals.
That's why I think they should change the name of like detention/referrals to be like, you're in trouble. Just say it. Just say it. No, you're in trouble, okay?
I get that.
Like, don't call it a referral, because a referral is like, like you're being referred to like a place that's not good, but like just say you're in trouble. Just say it. Because refer could be something good, it could be something bad, but you want it to be good, so don't make it something bad.
It's a relationship connection. There you go.
Exactly. So, Jason, what's the best advice that you've ever received? And who gave you it?
The best advice I'd ever received was be yourself. Be authentic. And don't have any regrets, Don't beat yourself up. The biggest thing I realized throughout my years is I think I lived so much in the past, and I was so worried about the future. And now in my 40s, if somebody ever gave me the thing is, if you can be present, then you're with peace. If you can just be in the moment, then you understand life a lot more. And I think when you look at anything you do in life, don't live in the past, don't worry about the future. Just live in the now.
Yeah. So why would a kid listening today want to grow up and do your job?
Oh my God, it's a lot of fun. It's relationships. My God, I can tell you stories that everybody, I know politicians, lawyers, doctors, attorneys. One of my clients is a doctor, and I sold 2 of his houses, and his 6th child, he's a very, very, very popular doctor in Orlando. Him and his wife called me up and said, hey, would you baptize our daughter?
Baptize?
Yeah, I
You
baptized the
baptized
daughter.
someone?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
So real estate's not just about.
Was it easy?
Yeah, because I was my 3rd baptism. I'm a godfather for 3 different kids. So yeah, I've been asked to be a godfather, and in Catholicism and Catholic faith, you become a godfather. It's really cool. But what's also cool is like I'm a connector. I'm a conduit. So I connect people. Like I'm like Angie's List on steroids.
Like the guy who knows a guy.
I know somebody.
Yeah.
I got it.
In fact, we actually interviewed someone, and his job was, I'm a guy who knows a guy.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, even people say like, hey, aren't you handy? I'm like, yeah, I'm handy with the phone. Like, I can call somebody, but I'm not.
I can get you somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not the masculine, manly man. I wish I was, but I can't even grow facial hair, but that's another story in itself.
Oh, man. I'm getting there. It's starting.
I see
I
it,
promise.
I
I
see
promise.
it.
I promise.
I see a couple.
Well, on that note, let's take another quick break to pay some bills.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius!
sent you.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
And we're back here with Jason Asa, real estate leader, coach, and entrepreneur. So, Jason, what skills should a teen really start working on now if they want to become a realtor someday?
It's very good. I would say their confidence, their personal skills as far as being able to go up to somebody and have a conversation with somebody. Play a game, say, hey, mom, dad, take me to Walmart. This guy said on the radio and on TV, can I go up to somebody and say, hi, do you own a house or do you rent? Just a simple question. Would you like to buy a house? Would you like to sell a house? And then
Or ask that one girl, hey,
yes.
do you want to go out with me?
Oh my God, you
So
nailed
easy.
it. Actually, yeah, that would be, if you can ask somebody out on a date now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Nowadays,
oh my God. I mean, I think
even if you get rejected, you did it. You actually spoke to someone.
you're onto something. Like if you come up with a manual in high school that says how to become a realtor. Lesson 1, ask a girl or ask a boy out. I mean, go out on a date. Go out to dinner and have a conversation, put your phones down.
Exactly.
That's another one,
Have a conversation.
Go to
No
dinner.
phones.
Yeah, no phones.
nothing. Have a conversation. Eye to eye. Look each other in the eyes. Look at me right now, audience. Look each other in the eyes and have a conversation.
My son at 7 years old, he came up with this idea that when we went out to dinner as a family, he would start knocking on the table, like knock, 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 knock. And then we all had to knock on the table because he created this idea. And then that means, okay. And he started off, he goes, name one positive thing that happened today that you had something good. And we all had to go around the table. But what it did is literally we had to put our phones down. And we did that as a family for like a while, for 2.5 years. We kind of slowed off on it now because they're older. But it was a really cool thing. And he would literally start talking. And if you were younger, just so you know, I've had one high school student at the age of 15 who would follow me on Facebook. His dad's my dentist, and he knows if he's watching this. Joseph Sipp, not to mention names. He would always come to my chair and say, hey, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? And his dad would say, hey, my son really likes to look up to you, wants to talk to you. At 15, he would come and want to be in my open houses. And then he opened up one of the largest staging companies, became a millionaire at 24. And then he ends up opening up a real estate company. The guy's only 27, and he has $1 million staging company and has $1 million real estate company.
Man, the amount of time and effort that it takes.
You could do open houses for me. So
12 years.
You can come do open houses for me.
I totally could, but time is of the essence.
It's true. It's true.
I have a math problem I think you'll like after the show. So,
I like it.
do you think social media has changed, how realtors like connect with clients?
Oh my God. Social media for us dinosaurs, my age, north of 40, okay, is you guys are truly like geniuses when it comes to social media, because right now I have a lot of 20-year-olds on my team, and TikTok has taken off so much more, and it's so much better for marketing to get new clients. If you can talk in front of a camera, which is for me, it's very uncomfortable. But for you folks are very easy.
You're doing fine.
Oh my God, yeah. Trust me, you're not seeing my nervousness or my sweaty armpits in my sweater right now. But if I took it off, I'm literally sweating. But what I'm telling you is that you guys with TikTok, social media, Instagram, all that, Facebook, that's been more powerful in the last 3 years for my business than any other thing on the marketing standpoint. So yeah, it's been phenomenal on the real estate standpoint.
All right. So, what was the biggest mistake that you've ever made, and how did it change you?
In real estate, the biggest mistake I ever made? Anything. Okay.
Any life lesson. Biggest mistake ever. How did it change you as a person?
Biggest mistake, I wasn't present with family, friends. I was so into making money that I never really saw some things that were more important. So what happens is when you start making a lot of money, you chase and you run and you're running and you're running and you're running and you're going after the money, and you forget how to go ahead and be a human sometimes. So I would say one of the biggest lessons, things that I learned, was about being present and being able to understand that, hey, life is short, and enjoy the people that are very important to you. Time is the most precious commodity that one person has. So time is so important. And what you say yes to, you're saying no to. When you're saying no to something, you're saying yes to. So pick who you spend your time with.
Yeah. Okay. This is a hard question, okay?
Oh.
Now, can you tell me that one story? Remember, this is a kid's show.
Okay.
So none of those stories.
Okay.
But that one story, that you're not supposed to tell me about. Come on.
The one
You can
story
tell me.
I'm not supposed to tell you about.
I won't tell anybody.
Whew, okay, the one story. While I was showing a house, and there was some activity going on in the back bedroom that I thought was maybe animals. And as I was showing the house, I kind of entered into the back bedroom, and it wasn't animals. It was two adults having a very loud conversation.
Having a fun time?
Yeah, they were very loving, to say the least. And my clients that were with me, we had to kind of exit the premise because
That's
it's a little embarrassing.
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing.
I think maybe they thought it was Valentine's Day that day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, it was. So that was the story. That's a
Oh
little
goodness. No.
Yeah. So it was a very loving story.
So maybe don't do open houses on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, definitely don't do open houses on Valentine's Day. Definitely.
Have you learned that now?
Yeah, no, I mean, I can give you countless different stories. I mean,
it's
stories,
right across the corner. Like, are you sure?
I'm telling you, yeah. I mean, there's stories where I opened up the door and a dog chased me. So I mean, that's a whole nother story. The real estate diaries. If I was to write a book on it, you guys would not believe half the stuff that I've seen and done.
It's not as bad as the mailman story.
You gotta tell me that one of these days.
I'll tell you that after the show. But you know what? Is there anything else you think our listeners should know about you and what you do?
Yeah. I did ayahuasca.
What's that?
Ayahuasca is a really cool plant medicine. It kind of got me back being grounded. I got to be a little spiritual. I got to go in the jungle and sit with myself. I coach a kids basketball team.
Oh, wow.
Been coaching kids basketball teams for 20 years.
What team?
The YMCA, Junior Magic, and I coach my daughter's basketball team too.
Nice.
So, and then what I also like to do is I like to still play basketball, but I'm too old. I can't really move as much as I used to.
Yeah, I've gotten better at my dad than video games. So.
Oh, you guys got to teach me the video game. I don't know how you move your hands and you focus on the TV. It seems
Practice.
too complex. Yeah.
I've been playing it for years. Yeah, there's probably some video of me out there in a tiny little computer just playing video games. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's me. Well, do you have a website or like social media, like, you know, for my listeners able to follow you or something?
Yeah, the asateam.com.
Okay. So it's TheAsateam.com.
Or you can literally just Google my name anywhere, Jason, and my last name is Asa, and you will find all my fun, goofy YouTube videos, TikTok, Instagram, everything just pops up.
His name is simpler than mine. My last name is more simpler than his, though.
Or you can always look up Always Stay Authentic, which is my last name
There
also
you
too.
go.
So cool.
Well, what is that one question that you think I forgot to ask you?
Ooh, that's a really good question. One question you forgot to ask me. What's my purpose?
What's the purpose?
Oh, man.
Hey, you put it on yourself.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. The reason I say that's the one question you ask is I feel like as you get someone once told me in life when you're in your 20s, you got to look at your clock like it's a clock as you get older. Yeah. So when you're in your 20s, it's like probably 10 o'clock in the morning, which means you have the whole day ahead of you still, right? And you get to your 30s, you start getting close to like around 11:30. When you're in your 40s, you're right around that afternoon time. Your late 40s, getting to your 50s, like right now, I'm at 1:30. Okay, as I get into my 60s and 70s, as it gets later and later, you have less time in the day. So meaning your time and everything you look at, right?
Yeah.
So my purpose in my 20s is different than when my purpose is in my 30s and 40s. So I try to get very clear to look at your whole life. And my purpose now is to try to be the best father that I can be, to show up for my kids the best that I can be as a father. And at the same time, you know, live by the golden rule, do what's right, you know, do what's right, do what's good. And the biggest thing I learned through everything lately is to try to show up for everyone with love and patience, and just understand that people are people. And that's about it.
Well, thank you, Jason, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
Sure.
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners.
And now it's time for Math Corners. Well, first off, thank you, Jason, for having me with Math Corners today. And this week, we're talking about multi-step word problems. My dad is always good at finding new problems for me to solve. And today, we're going to talk about coaching realtors and scheduling. So, you should be good at this one.
Okay.
Never
2
know.
+ 2?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, Sammy coaches real estate agents to help them grow their business. Sammy works with a group of realtors every week. He schedules 3 group coaching calls per week, and then, you know, each call lasts like 1 hour or so. But he also schedules 2 one-on-one coaching sessions per day, and each one-on-one coaching session lasts 45 minutes. Sammy works 4 days per week. If Sammy wants to know how many total hours he spends coaching realtors in 1 week, how many hours is that?
Wow. I need a pencil, paper, and probably 5 minutes to figure that out, because Sammy is, I don't like the name, and I just kept thinking of Sammy. So I totally forgot all the figures you just gave me. If you said Michael, then I might have paid more attention. I'm still thinking of like Sammy and the wheels on the bus go round and round. I'm so confused. So I will go ahead and say, I don't know. Totally don't know.
All right, I'll just go ahead and explain it. Well, first, this is a real-world problem because coaches, teachers, and business owners all have to manage their time. If you don't know where your time is going, your schedule can be out of control fast. All right, so first you start with the group coaching calls. Sammy does 3 group calls per week, and each one lasts 1 hour. So, you know, that's pretty easy. 3 times 1 equals 3 hours per week for group coaching. Jeez. But you know what? Now let's look at the one-on-one sessions. Sammy does 2 one-on-one sessions per day. Each one lasts 45 minutes. First, you have to convert the minutes into hours. 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour, or 0.75 hours. So 2 sessions per day times 0.75 hours is like 1.5 hours per day. So Jason works 4 days per week. So I multiply the 1.5 times 4. That equals 6 hours per week of one-on-one coaching. Now you add, everything together, 3 hours of group coaching plus 6 hours of one-on-one coaching equals 9 total coaching hours per week. So Sammy tends 9 hours per week coaching realtors.
Wow.
That's a lot of talking. Hopefully, he gets a water break and he doesn't use his phone.
Sammy's making a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just did the math for me, how much that would cost. So.
Well, Jason, when you're coaching realtors, how important is it that you manage your schedule so that you have time for family and rest?
It's very important. More than so than ever. I'm in control of my day a lot more in the last 10 years.
That's good. That's good. Well, my teacher said that I would use math every day. How do you use math when you're planning your coaching schedule?
I have the non-negotiables. I have from the time I get up, gym, and then from the time I get in the office, around. So in the gym, I go around 5 o'clock to 6. I'm in the office around 7:15. And then from 7:30 to 8:30, it's my WUSA focus time. No one's in the office. No one's bugging me. 9 o'clock, distractions come in. But Mondays and Fridays are my days that I focus. And then Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays are the times that no one's in my office from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
So anything after 12 o'clock is when I get to start scheduling different people.
Huh. Well, thank you so much, Jason, for your help with math.
No problem.
And now it's time for the Heart of a Lion. As you know, we talk about the qualities of living by the Heart of the Lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability. Well, this week, we're going to talk about obedience. For me, I think obedience is being fully committed to doing what is pleasing to God. The qualities of obedience are compliance with a good attitude and respect for the laws. You know when someone's obedient when they follow instructions willingly and thoroughly. Well, this week, I saw obedience during bowling practice. Our coach gave us, all a drill that wasn't honestly very fun. I kind of hated it. It was slow, repetitive, and focused on form instead of, power. Like, I want power, big power. But, a lot of kids wanted to rush through it or skip steps. But I remembered that the coach gave us that drill for a reason. So I followed the instructions exactly, even when it felt really boring. And I focused on my footwork, my release, and staying patient because it went very slow. Well, by the end of the practice, my shots were way more consistent, and that's when I realized that obedience is about control. It's about trusting the process. When you obey someone who, knows more than you, it actually kind of just helps you to get better. Obedience also affects other people. When I followed the drill correctly, it helped me practice or, keep practice organized and focused, and also teach respect to the coach and also my teammates. And that's how obedience makes a difference beyond just you. So this week, I learned that obedience means that doing what's asked willingly and carefully and with a good attitude, even when no one is forcing you. So, Jason, did you see an example of obedience this week other than employees working for you?
Yeah, I saw it with my kids, making sure that their rooms were clean. And then the other obedience is my team's buying into this little thing right here, if you can see it. It's a Jesus Loves You little figurine. Aww. Their obedience by putting it in every house that we're having a house for sale. On the first open house, if they find it, they get a $20 gift card at Starbucks. So, hey, man, I'll give you a Jesus Loves You. This is obedience, showing love.
Oh, man. I gotta go to more open houses. I'm gonna find these. Well, so, Jason, with all of the Heart of Lion virtues, which is the one that you see the most?
Say that, I'm so sorry again.
Of all of the Heart of Lion virtues, leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability, which is your favorite one?
Ooh, that would be integrity.
Why?
Integrity. Yeah. Because integrity is part of who you are when no one else is looking at you, and who you are when you're doing things behind closed doors, being able to have that nice quality sleep and not have that brain worrying about, oh, what did I do? What did I do? Did I do it right? Did I not do it right? So integrity, I would say, is huge.
Well, we should always try to be lion strong in everything we do, shouldn't we?
Yeah, rawr. I don't know. I was thinking of the lion. I don't know why. Maybe you should have one of those lion roars at the end or something.
And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Jason Asa for being on my show. It has been so much fun talking to you today. I think we learned a lot about your work as a realtor coach and, head of your team.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I had fun with this. I mean, I'm thinking about maybe changing my wardrobe, and you can take me shopping. I really like the hat, the red bow. I don't know if I go red. I might go blue, but other than that, I'm cool.
All right. Well, do you mind giving your social media website again, if you can remember it?
TheAsaTeam.com.
There you go. TheAsaTeam.com. There you go.
Thank you.
Well, also you can find me on Facebook and Instagram as the Tiberius Show, and I would like to thank WWPR 1490 AM, Canton 98, Soul Radio 24/7, Easy Way TV, and all the other stations that air my show. And please be sure to visit the Tiberius Show on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. I beg of you. Well, Jason, are you subscribed yet?
No, but I will be. I'm being my integrity is coming through. I'm telling you the truth. But I will subscribe.
Okay. And that'll be obedience. Well, Waffle Houses says that you're a smart kid, and Diane Ross says, I love this show. You're so talented. Well, thank you, Diane, and I hope you keep on watching. I know you. I know who you are. Well, please be sure to leave a comment on my videos, and I may even mention yours at the end of the show, which I did with these lovely two people. And also, be sure to listen to this next week's Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's cool.
And that's a wrap.